So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Lions take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off around the 27. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes dancing to his left. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Let's go! The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On second down now, it's Hines. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports.
16. Lions nothing.
To throw on second down, Fields. He's going to air one out. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, 3 down. Hey, check.
They run with Hines. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This is Hines. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
56. Alpha. 56, right there. 56. Come on. 15. Slam. Check it back. check the backer. Check three, check three.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Rolling to his left. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Yellow. Hey, 15. No. 15.
He's coming.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League baseball? And they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order. That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. But the 9 picks.
9 picks. You want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Ebukam racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down.
From the gun, Fields. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. On 4th down, Fields. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 1st down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
10 more yards. The tackle made at the 24-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st down here.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
And to give this time to the tailback. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Nyheim Hines. Touchdown number 22 on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
Hey, yo, go.
Shit.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Check in. Night, sweetheart. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Fresno.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Steps away. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Fellas, let's go. Number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. Hey.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Tight right. Hey, 4 down. Check 13. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in.
Mike, 15.
28. Watch the slit. Mike, 28. So we got man. Fox track.
Hey, Sunday.
Here we go. 4th down, Mahomes. Buying time to his left. This one caught by Isabella. Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
Right. Tight ends on Ringo.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Fields. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Andy Isabella in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Mike 28, check 43, 43. 28, Mike, he's coming. Attack. It's out of time, guys, out of time. Let's get off.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dante Pettis with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the two-point try.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike 52. Switch.
Hey, yo, go going.
52, Mike 52.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got a steal.
Back to throw. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, and maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Palardy now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. On the return is Pettis. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Come on, D. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Here we go, here we go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Shift. Watch the shift.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Switch. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Slam. Pick the edge. Go.
Mahomes now to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And down he'll go at the 25.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
It's now 4th down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They run. It's Mark Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mark Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Well, that one's hard to believe. Not something you see every day. A very long run for the big guy.
Normally we see his counterpart, right? The scat back, the guy with the so-called speed. But we saw a little bit of everything there, didn't we? The big, powerful man with the football. He can also stretch it out a little bit in the open field.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
On 3rd down, Hines.
Go, go. It's right. It's right. It's right.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
36, Lions 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
You got 4. Echo. Check. 15. Check. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Out, 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 out. Hey, number 10.
Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Share, share, share. 15. Yellow. Hayward. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Za'Darius Smith in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors. Motion, motion, motion.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Hurry up. Double time. Double time. Hey, hey, hey.
Throwing on 1st down. Fields. Looking right sideline, that's complete. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
At the 29-yard line.
Deuce. 66. Pull it. Now.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Samson Ebukam in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. The Lions on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Go.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now Mahomes. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Andy Isabella. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Nyheim Hines with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Mike 28. Mike 28. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
You got tight. And rip left. You got tight right there. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Shift.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started, and they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to pull loose enough to give your team a chance to score.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Andy Isabella, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On third down, Fields. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Double time. Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down. Go. What? Go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm